Tell us what you want us to know about your father.
This is my first time ever getting to see my father. He been going away from me since I was a newborn. And I would like to really get to know my father, but I mean, when he do get out, he was coming to me and he was gonna be living with me if he ever get a chance to parole out.
So you're saying this is the first time you're seeing your father?
Yes.
And let that sink in. This is the very first time that she is seeing her father, and it is through a camera. It is while he is in Angola. Now, what's interesting about this case is that we cover parole hearings for those who commit the most horrific crimes. But it seems in this case that he was given a 30-year sentence because of an habitual offender bill. Now, he has 3 DUIs in his record, and ironically enough, he robbed a bank using a bicycle as his getaway vehicle and almost got away with it before they finally did catch him. And here he is serving his 30-year sentence. Now, he robbed that bank without a weapon. He just said, give me the money. He got away with a few $100. I'll get into those details in a little bit. But before we watch this parole hearing, which just took place, we're going to take a flash to the past to his original parole hearing, and then we'll lead into the current one where his daughter sees him for the very first time. Now with that, let's jump.
Okay, this is the case for Michael Square, DOC number 103316, classified as a third felony offender. Offenses: operation vehicle intoxicated fourth, armed robbery, operation vehicle intoxicated third. Sentencing dates are April 9th, 2002, revoked on November 29th, 2004, and May 29th, 2003. Sentenced to a total of 30 years. Parole date, August 1st, 2021. Good time, November 22nd, 2031. Full term, June 4th, 2032. Is this information correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Kelsey?
How old are you, Mr. Square?
60,
How old?
60,
How long have you been incarcerated on this 30-year sentence?
20 years.
When's your last disciplinary write-up?
About 2 years ago,
For what?
I put some glue.
What'd you have glue for?
I found it in my locker. Well, they found it in my locker when I got
What kind?
with some super glue.
What you doing with super glue?
I don't have no idea how I got that, sir.
How long you been at the current facility you're at?
A little over 2 years.
Have you had, and that discipline write-up was there, it happened there, right?
Yes, sir.
Any other disciplinary write-ups there?
No, sir.
Tell me what you've been doing with your time. A lot of time down. Tell me what you've been doing. What kind of classes? I mean, I hope you've been taking a whole lot of substance abuse, because you got fourth DWI, you got armed robbery, some anger management, stuff like that. Tell me what kind of classes you've been taking.
I took the anger management class, the Moss one, and parenting. And I've been working in the kitchen.
What about substance abuse? You alcoholic?
Well, I had signed up for it, but I never had a chance to.
It's the Moss
The,
one. That's what the Moss one is.
She said that's what the Moss one is.
The what? I couldn't hear you.
The Moss one is the substance abuse.
Is that like a risk management?
Yes, sir.
What'd you learn from taking it then? If you don't remember taking it, that's not a good sign already, is it?
I learned a lot. I learned how to stop and think before I make any kind of decision.
Yeah. Well, yeah, those decisions. Well, tell me what got into the armed robbery decision. You were drinking and drunk at that time, or what?
Yes, sir.
What happened?
I just made a decision that I didn't stop and think.
Why'd you do that?
I couldn't even tell you, sir.
Couldn't tell me. Okay. And then you got revoked. You got the operating. You're drinking. I mean, what about your drinking problem? I mean, what happened there? Just drinking a lot, like to drink, or what?
Well, that's over now.
Yeah, well, is it over? You get out and have the opportunity again, you might have some more drink.
No, not after 20 years. I don't have no desire for that.
Well, I mean, why do you think you drank? Feel good because you were stressed, or what you think?
Well, there's better ways to feel good besides a drink.
Why did you think you drank? Why did you think you were drinking back then?
Well, back then, I didn't, it was about having good times. But now I done learned a lot from my mistakes. I made too many.
So what are your plans, Mr. Square? I don't see any family here with you or anybody here. What are your plans if you were to be released? Where are you going to go? What you going to do? How are you going to support yourself? How are you going to stay clean? Tell me, give me some information.
Well, I'm planning on trying to go back out there and get back offshore.
Where are you going to live?
In Gibson, Bayou Black.
Do you have a residence plan there? Somebody to go home to, or what?
Yes, sir, my sister.
Where's your sister today?
Well, I tried to get them to see how to get into that Zoom thing, but they said there were too many people in on it. Nah, I tried to I talked to the lady here.
What'd you talk to the lady here about? About your sister?
No, sir, by trying to see how to get the Zoom where I could get my
I got you. I got you. Okay. And you gonna try to get a job? Is that what you're saying?
I ain't gonna try to get a job. I'm gonna get a job.
I got you. What do you think? How do you think it affect that your past crimes have affected people?
Well, I probably hurt a lot of people, but I'm trying to do right. Going back out there and do right.
Well, you got to have some tools to go do right, don't you?
Yes, sir. We'll get a job, do the right thing. Get in church.
And you just have your sister. That's all you have, your sister to go home to. That's kind of the thing.
No, sir.
Nowhere else.
I got a brother.
Okay. And so you work in the kitchen there now?
Yes, sir.
For 2 years?
Well, here I work in the kitchen for 2, but I work in the kitchen in Winfield.
And then you got transferred there from Winfield?
Yes, sir, when ISIS took over.
Right, that's right. Well, it looks like I said, you know, not you taking what you can take. Do you have a GED or did you ever get a high school diploma or not?
Well, I tried to get in school over there, but they told me I had too much time.
Yeah, do they have the GED program where you at?
No,
You can
sir.
ask Miss.
No, sir. They don't.
No.
No, sir.
What kind of programs they got there?
The little English management, the mouse one, parenting.
So you've taken the classes out of there? Is that it?
Yes, sir.
Well, what's gonna make me feel good if I was gonna let you go early that you ain't not gonna be drinking and driving and cutting up. You've spent some time, you put some time in, no question. It seems like you're staying out of trouble. You've taken the classes that you have there, but I mean, I'm not, feeling real comfortable that you might not get right back out and get to drinking again. That's kind of concerning to me. Your supervision hadn't been good. I'm a little concerned about you.
Sir, I don't have no desire in drinking again.
So you're just gonna go home to your sister's house and you're gonna just get a job. That's about it.
I'm gonna get a job, work, go to church, come back home.
I got it. Do you have any input there, ma'am? Staff, you have any input for him? You know anything about Mr. Square? Can you tell me anything?
Yes, sir. He's actually been a model inmate since being here. I haven't had any complaints on him or anything.
That's good. And has he taken, those are all the classes you guys offer? What he's told me, parenting and risk management, or do you know?
There are a few other classes, but those are the ones that he has taken. And the money management.
The second part of the subsidy.
Okay, so money management in the second part of the abuse class, he has not taken.
Of the substance abuse, right? He's taking just one. Okay. Two. Okay. All right. Thank you. I don't have any more questions. Would you like to make a statement on your behalf, Mr. Square?
If I could change what I did, I'd take it back.
Okay, I appreciate it. Well, I'll vote today. For me, you're close. I just would like to see you have somebody here, have a little better transition plan. I'm just kind of worried about that. I'll be honest. I think if you go ahead and take the other part of the substance abuse, you take a little money management, maybe take a couple more classes and get your sister and get with the facility and get her to, be involved in our conversation. And I'm concerned about your transition. I think you're getting awful close to being ready. I'll be honest with you, but I just, with your past history, I really need a better transition plan for me to feel comfortable. So I'm gonna vote to deny you. I want you to, if y'all can get him in the second risk management phase, get him in money management, take whatever you can, have him, you reapply when you're eligible, get with your sister and get with your family and have them here involved with us so we can, so I can feel, this is just my vote, so I can feel comfortable. But my vote is to deny today for those reasons, but just keep working hard. You're right there close. Good luck to you. Ms. Renatson.
Mr. Square, I wish we would be able to talk to your family so we could have some assurance of your transition plan. I agree with Mr. Kelsey, lacking a solid transition plan that we know about. You're just not going to be successful. So my vote today is going to be to deny, encourage you to take some programs, work with the folks there at your facility, reapply when you're eligible. And if your sisters can't, next time, if they can't join by Zoom or however we do it, they can write a letter. We just need something documented in the record where they're going to help support you. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ms. Wise.
Sir, I want you to know I believe you. When you say that you're going to get out and go to church, and stop the things that you would know, I believe you. I believe you're going to do that. But again, today I concur with my colleagues. My vote is denied for the same reasons been stated. Best wishes to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, 3 votes to deny you. Today your pro's been denied. Good luck to you. Get those classes and reapply.
Thank you.
And interestingly enough, his daughter was not mentioned at that hearing. So here she is, maybe the piece of the puzzle that he'll need to get out and on parole. Now, this hearing, it takes place 4 years after the hearing that we just saw, 2025. Let's see if he's got other programs under his belt that could help him get through the parole process. Want to thank Lady Holly and Sir Richard for making these hearings possible, being able to connect the dots. If you like seeing parole hearings where we cover the inmate as they progress through the system, sometimes as they get paroled and then revoked or end up on the news for other ways before the revocation hearings, you can check that out in the return of playlist below. I'll put a link to that in the description as well. It's the return of playlist. That's where we track the inmates from beginning to the end. But with that, let's jump in.
Michael Square, 103316.
Okay. Mr. Square, we're here for your parole hearing this morning. Your parole date is 8/1/2021. Your good time date is 11/22/2031. Full term date 6/4/32. You had a total of 30 years sentence. You are a third felony offender on the rap sheet. You're fifth considered by probation and parole. Does that information sound correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, so tell us, sir, what did you do to get yourself in prison, and why should we consider letting you out today?
Where I committed a robbery.
Why? Tell them to do.
While I was on alcohol.
And was it an armed robbery? You had a gun, a knife?
No, sir. I didn't have no weapon.
Okay. All right, what kind of classes have you taken since you've been in there?
I took I took the 5 classes. The Moss 1, 2, parenting, English, anger management.
Okay. Okay, well, we'll get some more out of you when we do the questioning. Miss Olivia Johnson, your daughter is here to speak on your behalf. Miss Johnson?
How you doing, sir?
Fine. Tell us what you want us to know about your father.
This is my first time ever getting to see my father. He been going away from me since I was a newborn. And I would like to really get to know my father, but I mean, when he do get out, he was coming to me and he was going to be living with me if he ever get a chance to parole out.
So you're saying this is the first time you're seeing your father?
Yes, I'm 22, going to be 23 in June. Like, I was a newborn when that happened. So, I mean, I'm all grown now. I really don't have no bond with my father for real, for real.
Okay, and you said he can live with you?
Yes, he can live with me. He gave my address out and he have my number and everything. He have all my information, like, on the information that he have.
We got it in the record. Okay, thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
All right, I was assigned your case, so I'll be doing the questioning today. Mr. Square, so what have you done about your drinking problem? I think your drinking problem is the root of all evil. What classes have you taken for alcohol?
I had took some classes in Winfield, sir.
Okay, have you taken any since you've been in Angola?
Now, I came here on medical.
Okay, how long have you been there?
Since February 17th.
Okay, and what's your medical condition?
It's poor.
So,
Yeah, but I mean-
so, Mr. Freeman, I'm
Yes,
sorry to cut in. This is Ward Nambo. So, Mr. Square came here, for, medical reasons. He has a lot of medical problems, pre-diabetes, congestive heart failure, COPD. He has hypertension, he has hyperthyroidism, hyperlipidemia, and sleep apnea. He also has an oxygen tank that he carries around. We have a BiPAP machine that we also, that he has to use, as well as a nebulizer. So since being here, he didn't complete any classes here, but he did do his victim accountability letter and victim awareness at Claiborne. He did partners in parenting, understanding and reducing angry feelings. He did the reentry program, and he did substance abuse. The substance abuse that he did there was the Louisiana risk management. He did phase 1 and phase 2, and he had anger management. His tiger is low. So I really don't know much about Mr. Square because he just came to us in February for medical reasons.
Okay, thank you very much, Warden. I appreciate that. I'm sorry, I kind of
Well-
skipped.
That's okay, sir.
All right, Rochelle. All right, okay, Mr. Square, what are you gonna do to quit drinking? I mean, this is a big problem here. You only had those couple little classes, but drinking is
quit.
the root of all evil to you. So how you gonna quit drinking?
I quit. I can't, I'm gonna go to AA, but I can't drink, taking all this medication.
All right, and, at your last hearing, they said you needed more programs. Have you taken any classes since 2022?
Well, they didn't have no more, sir, where I was.
Okay. And you had, no write-up since 2002. You need your pre-release and substance abuse. The victim, Ms. Lamas, is unopposed. She was an employee at People's Bank, at Regions Bank. And the Regions office is opposed, the corporate office. So what you did, just walked up to that person and asked them for money? How did you rob them?
I gave them my notes, sir.
Okay, at the bank, correct. Correct. Okay, and then what did your note say? Give me your money?
Yes, sir.
So you have 195 hours of good time. Okay, I have no further questions. My colleagues have any questions? No question. Okay, I'm gonna move for an executive session. I second. Okay, we're gonna be in an executive session for a moment. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Did he say it goes? Okay, call the roll. Need to call roll, please?
Mr. Tillis?
Yes.
Mr. Freeman?
Yes.
Mr. Barrow?
Yes. Okay, we'll be in executive session to discuss some confidential matters. We'll be right back. Okay, parole board is called back to order. Time is 10:20. Can we have a roll call, please?
Mr. Tillis?
Yes.
Mr. Freeman?
Yes.
Mr. Barrow?
Yes. Okay, Mr. Square, Warden Ambo, does he have a GED or a 12th grade education?
No, sir.
Okay, has he been deemed to where he can't achieve that? Do we know?
I don't know because we just got him in February because he transferred here for medical, reasons and stuff. So,
Gotcha, so we still could do what we want to do, and we have to verify that point. Okay, I was assigned your case, so I'm gonna vote first. You know, your DWI history is very, very concerning, but you're 64 years old, you've been in jail 22 years on a 30-year sentence. They've had no disciplinary problems with you. Like I say, the main concern is gonna be your drinking. So,
I'm gonna get a sponsor when I get
let me
out.
talk, okay? Don't talk more, we're voting. So what we're gonna do is, I am gonna grant conditionally upon you completing your mandatory classes. The warden will check on your GED. I know you still need your 100 hours pre-release, and that substance abuse might count, but they got to check on it to see if that counts. And so you'll be granted conditionally upon completing those classes. Once you get out, you will have to attend 3 AA meetings weekly, and you cannot have a driver's license or drive a car. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, they get you driving, you're going right back to prison for those other 8 years. You understand?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
sir.
all right, that's my vote today, Ms. Byron.
I'm gonna go ahead and concur with Mr. Freeman, noting that the victim didn't have any opposition in this case. And also add a condition that you have a curfew from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m.
Okay.
I concur.
All right, we grant you conditionally, but you gotta get those things finished, and remember, do not get caught behind the wheel of a vehicle.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All
Good
right,
luck.
sir. I'm gonna check on those classes and I'm gonna get them straight for you.
Thank you. Okay. Appreciate it, Ms. Ambo. I'm
Yes,
sure
sir.
you realize that no driving also means no drink.
No drinking, no driving.
Yes, sir.
No
Okay.
drinking, period.
No drinking, period. So, okay, Warden Ambo, thank you for having us today. We'll close out at 10:24.
All right, thank y'all.
Okay, and they granted. I'm relieved they granted. I was rooting for the guy. I mean, is he not like one of the easier, like with regards to what's in his jacket to root for? It's just it's served 20. How many years? More than 20 years into this 30-year sentence that he got as the habitual offender charge. Now, the DUIs are dangerous. I think in many cases more dangerous than a lot of other crimes. But hopefully he's not going to get in a car again. And actually, what Lady Holly found, there were the person who wrote the article about this bank robbery brings up the fact that, hey, I mean, he robbed a bank, but his getaway vehicle was a bicycle. So, you think you could get brownie points for that, right? Let me go through this. So it was in 2002. So a malfunctioning alarm system at the branch of Region Bank delayed the capture of an armed robber earlier this week. Who would expect an alarm to malfunction? But they do, he said. Officers responded to the bank's 911 call in 45 seconds. However, there was a lag of about 6 minutes between the time of the robbery and the time officers were on scene. In that time, Michael Square, with cash in hand, escaped on a bicycle down Narrow Street behind the bank, Malakanen said. Malakanen said that the bank personnel called 911 dispatchers at 10:55 a.m. Dispatchers in turn alerted the police department at 10:59. Why would it take so long? 4 minutes. That's weird. Shift commander Lieutenant Malcolm Drupe was the first officer on the scene. The police department prides itself in response time. As Dupree interviewed bank personnel to gather significant information such as description of the suspect, all other available officers were mobilized to set up a perimeter around the bank. Not everyone goes directly to the crime scene, they pointed out. A few officers to gather the information. There usually is enough once danger is past. The rest fan out to secure the scene and look for possible escape routes that the suspect might head toward, even on a bike. You can go a long way in 6 minutes, he said. Good police work was responsible for capturing him at 8:33 p.m. So what time did it start again? Oh, in the morning. So they caught him, I guess, like 8 hours later. But how? Tuesday, they said that the department received 200 telephone calls in the meantime regarding the crime. 200. After his confession, and he confessed, He was charged with armed robbery and booked into Lafourche Parish Jail. Can you imagine, like, why would he confess to this? The last bank robbed. Okay, so that was here's the note. So they said in the investigation into Monday's robbery revealed that Square had been in other banks around recently, and that he had a fourth offense DWI conviction, which might have explained his use of a bicycle. And they threw the book at him. They said, you know what, you just brought a note, you didn't use a weapon, you know, clearly you have probably a drinking problem, you're robbing the bank for those reasons. And I get it, believe me, don't need to, like, I get it as far as a bank teller is concerned. If they believe that the person has a gun, if they are in fear for their life, it will be traumatizing as if they did have a gun. But it doesn't, you know, we don't know what that victim experienced. It's just, it is one of the lesser aggravating crimes, right? He's not a chomo, right? He doesn't have that in his jacket. He never essayed anyone. He doesn't even have like no violence of any kind. It's his DWIs, which are incredibly dangerous. And then robbing this bank on a bicycle. Who knows how much he actually got? And 30 years in prison. It's just, that's a long time. He served 22 of it, 23 of it. And I'm happy he got paroled. It's interesting. It wasn't the warden that was telling him about the AA, right? It was, I guess it was the woman next, but you heard her like, no, AA, say AA. I don't know if you picked up on it, but I heard that because he was, oh, it's terrible. I mean, he was going to go in there and not say the right, he wasn't. He doesn't, and it is scary. He's going to get out and you might say, I mean, what's to think he's not going to go pick up a bottle? It's going to be hard not to. And also you might say, like, where's the parole project in this case, right? How could they, it's like, oh, you're not a chomo. Sorry, we can't take you in our program. Like, I mean, this is the ideal parole project case. Like, it is. This is what the parole project, like, I could get behind. This is what they should be here for. You don't have a victim saying, don't let the person out. You don't have the trauma around it. You can argue that he needed to do time. Otherwise he was going to get behind the wheel of a car, kill someone, or do something worse, or he'd be dead himself. And I hope though it's going to be hard. 20 years behind, sitting in Angola, and now he's going to get out. It's going to be hard. I hope that we don't see him again. If we do play parole hearings, where we then do the revocation. But it's going to be a few more months. He has to finish his programs before he gets out, but he'll be home for Christmas, I bet. And imagine that, seeing your father for the first time, seeing your daughter for the first time through a parole hearing video, and now you're gonna live with the person. That's gonna be challenging regardless. So it's just, the next rest of the path, it's not gonna be easy, but I like to think that it was some kind of happy ending, and I hope we don't hear from them again. With that, I'll let you go.
Tell us what you want us to know about your father.
This is my first time ever getting to see my father. He been going away from me since I was a newborn. And I would like to really get to know my father, but I mean, when he do get out, he was coming to me, and he was going to be living with me if he ever get a chance to parole out.
So you're saying this is the first time you're seeing your father?
Yes.